Namaskar, dear devotees and friends. This Wednesday evening, once again we will study the Panchama Veda. We will start with this mantra, Tavo Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam Kavibhiriritam Kalmashapaham Sravana Mangalam Srimadatam Bhuvi Grinanti E Bhurida Janaha. Now, we were studying this for some weeks. We are reading the same chapter, Master and Dr. Sharkar. There's a lot of wonderful conversation, and from that we are learning a lot. This time, the last week that we read, that Narendranath was singing, and when he sang with great emotion, and Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna himself was sitting over there, and all devotees, they got such. And I always say that meditation through music, the music becomes the source to become for meditation. What this music, all the words, the meaning of those words, and combined with the tune, so wonderfully comes. The people forget the surroundings, his own being. So obviously a great joy that would hold their mind. They cannot control themselves. They get up and then express that joy through dancing. So here also that same thing happened. So when we are meditating on the words or the meaning of that music, the song that he is singing, and feeling that within, and naturally forgetting that I am doing it, and that is called meditation. And it becomes so easy when someone can properly sing it and can concentrate on the meaning of those words. That's why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna used to say sometimes to Narendra, today your music I didn't like. It is like something someone has cooked without salt. It is not tasty at all. The same way, when someone is singing without devotion, it is like some curry without salt. So one should not do that. When we are singing for the God, we should sing for God only, not for the appreciation. So if that is that, then the music becomes a source of meditation. And now and then, here and there, in our gospel, we find that Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is demonstrating how it is possible. And not only this time, so many other times also, he danced in great joy with the music, with the songs. Then a little later, Sri Ramakrishna resumed his conversation, and the devotees taking their seats. It was about 8 o'clock in the evening. The master, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, is telling to the doctor, you have just noticed the effect of divine ecstasy. What does your science say about that? Do you think it is all mere hoax? The doctor now, the Mahendralal Sharkar, who had a scientific mind, I cannot accept anything without judgment. Now slowly after visiting, now we are reading this, he is coming from the beginning day, we know, and he is coming and meeting the devotees, he is talking with Sri Ramakrishna, and now he is telling, I must say that this all natural. When so many people have experienced it, it cannot be a hoax. It is not one person, so many people. Not that is a made up. That's Narendra started singing and people were not knowing the who is going to sing, what he is going to sing. But when he started singing, that touched the hearts of each and everyone. Some people, they were actually benefited more because their mind was purified, not much of worldly thinking, though obviously their mind were concentrated. They get the much benefit. That's why they say that you must practice brahmacharya. Brahmacharya means controlling the sense organs and keeping the mind in one place. There are 5 objects are there and 5 sense organs are there. Connection of this make the whole mind turbulent. And in the mind different condition, it takes the mind to different condition. This much. The whole science is this. It's nothing. 5 objects are there, Rupa, Rasa, Sabda, Gandha, Sparsha. And this that yet form is there, a sound is there, smell is there, taste is there, something like that. And then our eyes, our ear, our nose is going and connecting all this. So that is disturbing the mind, and we cannot meditate. And meditation is the only source of happiness. So again, objects are there, our senses are there. The senses are made in such a way that it should go to the object, that is by the nature. Now, what is our austerity? Control that. And that is called tapasya, controlling that I should not do that. My eyes should not go over there. I am not going to hear anything which will disturb my mind like this. The controlling that is called tapasya. Those who can do that, it is said their mind become purified. This purity about it everywhere, in all religion, Hinduism, Buddhism, Christianity, they talk about the purity. But there is a misconception of purity. We think that if we go and take bath in a holy water, of course that is external effect is there, but the main effect is detachment from the objects, sense objects. So those who were there, they got really benefited because their mind was already pure. The moment they got that, they got an upsurge, and along with Sri Ramakrishna, they enjoyed that. Even today, when we ordinary people together, when we sing, and when by chance, by grace of God, we feel that the meaning and the mind goes, everyone says afterwards, oh, it was a great time. It was a wonderful thing that we have experienced. So because the moment our mind is free from the sense objects, it goes to the original. And original is the source of happiness. That is the ultimate thing. And so why we practice meditation? Only for the happiness. And how we get the happiness? By detaching from the objects. So this whole thing. Now when a man goes into that, he behaves differently. Those who have not observed it, practiced it, for them, oh, they're just the drama, the hoax that they're showing off. So the Sri Ramakrishna asking the doctor, what do you think? He said, no, it cannot be. So many people at a time, they were getting this benefit. And then he is talking about himself. To Narendra, when you sang this line, O Mother, make me mad with thy love, what need have I of knowledge and reason? Then in the song it says that when I am reasoning, I cannot reach anywhere because it is a so vast thing. And when I am at knowledge, what type of knowledge? Whose knowledge? Unfathomable. It is not possible. So it is only my surrender. When I am surrendering to you, he said, I could hardly control myself. I was about to jump to my feet. With great difficulty, I suppressed my emotion. I said to myself, no, I must not display my feelings. When we were the novices, when we were brahmacharyans, then every time we will also notice, and nowadays they always, live telecast is there. After the Mangalarati, all the monks and the brahmacharis, they will come out. There are some they who can sing, and there will be some are there who can play the tabla and all this. That they call the, what is called that khol. Khol is a still special type of thing in the Bengal, and the one side is big, one side is small, and then the beautiful the rhythmic sounds come. Sometimes it is heavy, sometimes it is very fine, so like that. So we used to, they used to sing and we used to follow and they'll do dancing. Sometimes some of us, they used to go in such a way, then there'll be 2, 3 other brahmacharis, they used to protect them. So they should not fall and that, because so I have seen them. So when you people, they are going into that, and one of our Swamiji was there, after our became the president of the Ramakrishna order. So Swami Atmostananda ji, he used to encourage us, you must practice that. That together when you are singing, forget that whether people are watching us, what they will think I'm dancing, and all that. That means you are very much concerned about your own personality. What people will think I am dancing, so your mind is not free from this world. So he used to say, why you think in that way? Forget about this world. What people they say and nothing, go in and enjoy. So when you are practicing in that way, slowly, slowly you get the joy. But at the same time, Swami Vivekananda said, be very careful. Because when you are doing the kirtana and then you are dancing, the mind rises very sharp, very quickly. But immediately after that, you have to go on taking the name of God, meditating on Him. You should not forget that. Otherwise, mind goes down also very quickly. That is the reason people who are practicing that, and after that they are not taking the protection to keep the mind, and at least in the heart level, it goes down to the next 3 levels, and they behave very ordinarily, and people wonder how come a devotee is behaving like this. It is very difficult to control the sense organs. So master, the doctor was telling, I could. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna used to smile to the doctor. I was about to jump on my feet, the doctor said, the Sri Ramakrishna. You are unshakable and motionless like Mount Shumeru. Maybe he's just telling that the doctor, and you could control your emotion. But I think by reading this line, but Sri Ramakrishna wanted that he should also forget that he is a doctor, he has a status in the society, what people will think. He should forget that. So he is telling, you are like a Sumeru in the, you are very deep soul. Nobody could perceive the deep emotion of Rupa and Sanatana. Rupa Sanatana, many of you know that they were the ministers of a Muslim king at the time of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That these two, they took initiation from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked them to continue as a minister to work. Because if someone is there in the administration, then he can, particularly very influential ministers like Rupa and Sanatana, that they could protect that particular community. Now, atrocities was there because the ruler is a Muslim, and naturally a group of people in the name of religion, in the name of some other things, they used to grab the property, they used to take all the benefits. It always happens in every society. Whoever is in the administration, their group will take the advantages. That is there always. At that time, it was also there. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was trying to protect the Hindu group, And he told them, now you need not to bother about all the paraphernalia of practicing the yajna and those things. Simply take the name of Hari. Because that was the time that you have to save yourself, your faith. And at the same time, you should come together so that you can become a little strong. And when they see that these people are all together, administration will not disturb you. So all those policies they adopted. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's disciple was Rupa and Sanatana. They were the ministers. And in that particular administration of that Muslim Nawab, the king, when they used to come to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, people used to wonder how they are coming to meet the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is having nothing. He is just sitting from nowhere, not proper clothing, always almost the bare body. And look at the disciples. They are coming sitting on the horseback or sometimes on the elephant's back, and the gorgeous dresses and all that. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu knew within their heart they were so great devotee. Many a times they prayed to the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, please permit us so that we resign and come and join you. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't give the permission. He knew that won't help. He said, be there and help your own religion and community by telling the truth to the king, the ruler. So these are the things. They are not against you. They are your subject. They are also paying taxes. And whatever you ask to do, they are doing. Unnecessarily, just because the different faith, if you are disturbing them, they are in majority. They're so much in number. If they go against you, it will be difficult for you. Then you have to be always busy in this fighting with them. Instead, you better allow them to practice their own religion, own faith, and leave them as they are. So like that, slowly, the king also. The king is getting some information from some other people. And as they always say, Raja karnena pashyati. How Raja sees through the ear, not through eyes. Because the king cannot go directly to see. So obviously, whatever the information, they are coming to him. Sometimes it is exaggerated, and sometimes the people who are reporting, they tell in their own way. So one should be there, truly giving the idea to the king. That he can take the decision. These two were helping, and that is the reason at that time the Hindu community was saved in a major, big number. They were saved. And these people, they were very poor people, mostly cultivators and ordinary type of fishermen and all this. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did a great thing. And he took the help of these two, Rupa and Sanatana. Giving that reference, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is mentioning, Rupa and Sanatana, no one was there as so devoted to the ideology of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu like these two brothers, Rupa and Sanatana. But apparently they were completely different. They never expressed anything. So the administration, Indian administration, they couldn't understand. Oh, they are the disciples of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They also follow this. They never expressed. Much afterwards, they retired and joined Mahaprabhu. That is much afterwards. If an elephant enter a small pool, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, that is his own, that is his speciality. Whenever he says something, gives an example. Then one gentleman very nicely wrote, I've forgotten his name. He said, in the ancient time, people used to say, Upama Kalidashasya. Kalidasa, the great writer. So he used to give lot of upama example. So whenever anything, it is upama, this is the example of Kalidasa. And now we have to change it. We have to tell the upama Sri Ramakrishnasya. Almost in any sentence, any word he says, immediately he will give an example, and if so, perfect example. Now I'm remembering one thing I like to share. The three of us, we were in Cherrapunji, and in that ashrama, it's a beautiful ashrama. If you ever go to India, you can go to visit that Cherrapunji. It is in Meghalaya state. The northeastern states, the one is Meghalaya. It's a beautiful place. The hilly, and there one brahmachari was there. He was our friend. He joined along with us. He used to learn the local language. They call Khasi. The Khasiya language, simple language. I learned some of the words only, but he was fluent by that way. He used to go and purchase things, so naturally he used to talk to the local, the shopkeepers and the local people. But whenever he used to say something, maybe there is trying to give some spiritual idea to them, he will try to give an example, and the example always opposite. What so whatever he wanted to say, that was nicely he said. Then he will say like, and then he will give something opposite. So naturally they used to ask, you said this and now you are giving this, which one is correct? So that you think, that you think. He used to say like that. Then our one Swamiji was there, we used to say second Swami. The first Swami was Swami Gokulananda ji, and second Swami Shanta Rupananda ji. He was in Portland afterwards. That the Shanta Rupananda ji used to tell him, see, whatever you like to quote from Sri Ramakrishna, quote that. And then stop. Don't give your own example. And if you give the example, it goes against that. So it is better not to give the example. Example is very difficult. Exactly what you have said, and then you have to give the example, the story or something, so that people can understand clearly. Sri Ramakrishna was a master in that. He used to give wonderful examples, almost in everything. Here he says, what type of these people are? They have the emotion, great emotion in the mind, but whenever they like to express, they'll be expressing in a so small way, people will think, oh, he don't like, but maybe like this and that. It's Ramakrishna giving the example. If an elephant entered into a small pool, there is a splashing of water on all sides, because the huge beast going down to the small little water. But this does not happen when the elephant plunges into a big lake. So the huge lake, like our this here, it is such a just like an ocean. So naturally, nothing will happen. Even the 100 elephants is going down there, nothing we can see. So he hardly anyone noticed. Radha once said to her companion, friend, you are weeping so much at our separation from Sri Krishna. But look at me, how stony my heart is. There is no tear in my eyes. Brinde, Radha's friend, she replied, yes, your eyes are dry, but there is a deep meaning in it. A fire of grief is constantly raging in your heart because of your separation from Krishna. No sooner do the tears gather in your eyes than they dried up in the heat of that fire. This moment, our mind and can't bear the separation of Krishna, so that emotion, tears are rolling. But for you, it's constant, the separation from the God. I cannot separate myself from the God. That is the highest condition of devotion. Those who have read the biography of Sri Ramakrishna, you know, there was a time in his life when one day he entered into the sanctum sanctorium of the Dakshineshwar temple, and like a mad person, he was telling Mother, and he took up that sword that was hanging over there. And then, Mother, this moment, if you don't reveal thyself before me, I am going to cut my head. And it was genuine. So obviously, and immediately after that, he saw the Divine Mother, but not in the form that he used to worship, in the formless condition. So that he described over there in his book. The great master, written by Swami Ishatmananda, that book, if you read, is really, really good book. Maybe the English is little old the way he has spoken, but he was a great scholar, and at the same time he was a Brahmagyani, the direct disciple of Sri Ramakrishna. He wrote that book, that the great master, and he has explained everything. And one thing that touched me, that he, in the introduction, he said, I have never written anything which I myself have not realized. That is the great thing. Maybe the present day English that's not very smooth flowing, it doesn't matter at all. So that feeling, the Sharadanandaji Maharaj, he expressed over there, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he wanted to become one with God. And that is the ultimate condition of devotion. No separation. We can't bear the separation. So here he is mentioning that. Then the doctor, he is telling, nobody can beat you in talk. And that is the beauty of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. Friends, I always feel when the Incarnation as a Lord Supreme Being taking the human form, why? To establish Dharma, righteousness. And we have seen that in 3 different times, the great Lord took 3 different forms. And the first is the Sri Rama, then Sri Krishna, and in the present, Sri Ramakrishna. And Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna himself, when Swami Vivekananda, then Narendranath, he was thinking that if at this time means when Sri Ramakrishna was suffering, he was about to die at that time. Narendranath, he was waiting, and then he was thinking in this way, if now he can think that he can say that he is God, I will accept it. The moment the thought crossed Narendranath's mind, immediately Sri Ramakrishna said these words. He said, Naren, he who was Rama, he who was Krishna, now in this body as Ramakrishna. The friends, sometimes we may think, oh no, anyone will say like this, just to, it is not a cult that he is trying to develop. He is giving the philosophy. It is a continuity of the God's grace. And every time in the Bhagavad Gita, and Sri Krishna, he explained why they take this form. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. Whenever the people forget the righteousness, what is the righteousness? We have a consciousness. And that consciousness is the supreme being that is present in every being. And we are coming from only one source. Whether you call it God or Jehovah or Allah or the Rama, it doesn't matter. It is the same source, the Brahman, we call it, all pervading consciousness. From there, everything is coming. And when it is so, how can we hate each other, kill each other, and we can become so narrow-minded? Because in between, the Maya has come, we have to understand that, and then we have to go beyond this, the divine play of Maya. That is the ultimate. Otherwise, every time you will come, every time you will fight, every time you will suffer, and every time you will die, and it will go on continuously for millions of years. If you enjoy, no problem for me. But I think one should understand it. Seeing the tradition, my great-grandfather, then, till me, same thing going on. Anything new? Nothing new. then is this for the human life? Turn around and see. Animal lives the same, birds' life the same, taking birth, eating, growing up, fighting, developing friendship, and one day dying. Again, from the bird life to animal life to how many times? Same thing human going on. So it says, Dharmena hina pashubi samana. Dharma, and sometimes some people make the mistake, and unfortunately, if they are at the top of the society, they impose that and destroy the fabrics of the society. Human society is nothing but leading towards the oneness, and that oneness is the supreme being whom different people call in different name, and that is the holding. I am coming from the same source. We are all from the same source. Obviously, some people are more intelligent, some people are less, some people are very active, some people are not. It doesn't matter. But we all belong to the same family. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. This Vasudha is the Kutumba. This is the ultimate teaching, and it must be the ultimate teaching of all religions. If not, then it becomes the source of suffering. The Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna has come an avatar to establish this. At this time, he is not killing anyone, annihilating anyone. What he is doing is changing the mind. How? Through words. That's why when the doctor says that nobody can beat you in talk, of course, no one could beat when the Rama was there in his all that glamour that he was having. No one could defeat Sri Krishna. No one can do anything against Sri Ramakrishna. This time no bow and arrow. This time no killing, but only talk. And how? That touched the heart. So simple. But it goes to the heart and changes that. And just few days when we are passing through this, walking through these pages, what we see? We see the change of Dr. Sarkar. He was a strong atheist. He was not believing God at all. And that man came, a doctor just to check a patient, that's all. Now he is a great devotee, appreciating Sri Ramakrishna, cannot think anything else but Sri Ramakrishna. And we saw that, the transformation. We saw the transformation of another great spiritual leader. And we will come to, his discussion will come. So now he says, nobody can beat you in talk. The conversation turned to the other things. Sri Ramakrishna described to the doctor his ecstasies at Dakshineshwar. He also told him how to control anger, lust, and the other passions. These are very, very important. Now, what is religion? I really like the definition that Swamiji gave. It is a process. Religion is a process that makes a brute unto man and man unto God. See, whatever religion, whatever path that you follow, are you truly becoming a very sensible, understanding human being? Then it is your religion. And if not, you are becoming very selfish, very cruel, and misunderstanding everything and thinking I must obey whatever they say, that not utilizing your own judgment. I'm sorry, I don't know whether you are on the right track or not. Think again. Religion means you are going towards God, and God means nothing but love. So obviously, you have to give up all the hatreds, all that animal tendencies that we are having, the tremendous jealousies. If you are carrying those loads, how can you reach to God? You cannot. What is the purification? These only you have to give up. So it says like this: how to control anger, lust, and other passions. And the doctor says, I have heard the story that you were once lying on the ground unconscious in samadhi when a wicked man kicked you with his boots. Sri Ramakrishna, you must have heard from it, from him. Him is the Master Moshe. Master Moshe, he was a very gentle type person, but not like that aggressive male. When Master Moshe came to know about it that someone kicked Sri Ramakrishna, it was unbearable for him. But being the calm the type of person and not very the masculine, not very manly type, so he could not go and protest and fight against. Rather, he went on thinking why that man has done like that, why that he was suffering actually because they insulted Sri Ramakrishna. It was unthinkable for him to forget that. So Sri Ramakrishna knew it. You must have heard it from him, Master Mahashaya. Then he said, you must have heard it from him. The man was Chandra Haldar, a priest of the Kali temple of Kali Ghat. In Calcutta, south and north, there are two temples are there. And both are very famous. Kali Ghat and Dakshineshwar. Sri Ramakrishna used to live in Dakshineshwar, not in Kali Ghat. But this Kali Ghat person, he was a priest. He used to come to Mathur Babu because Mathur Babu was a very rich man. And the priest always they used to go to pacify or to get some benefit from the rich people. They'll be carrying some prasad, sometimes some flower, and they'll say, I have come with the blessings of Mother. And the rich people, they know they have come, so they will give them some donation, some money, sometimes clothing, sometimes food. They were poor people, they wanted to get that. Now, whole attention of the Mathur Babu was on Ramakrishna. So it is jealousy. It is natural. Most of the people, they cannot overcome that. Jealousy is a tremendous thing. Swami Vivekananda even said, jealousy is the bane of our society. In our society, as because we were not free, whatever little opportunity that was there, anyone getting that opportunity, all others will be so angry against him. Suppose he is not getting that, are you going to get it? But they won't think in that way. They will go for criticism and all that. How to stop him? And if he is not getting that, you are also not getting that, you are happy. Oh, you also didn't get, I am also, bas, okay. So that is called jealousy. It is useless. But most of the people, they are within this. And here, this Chandra Haldar, once he went to Jan Bazaar. I think that happened in Jan Bazaar, if I can remember. That was almost in the central Calcutta. And Sri Ramakrishna came and he was staying with the Mathur Babu. And the priest staying in the rich man's house, that was you can imagine this type of people, the burning heart. So when he came and he saw in that room, in one corner, Sri Ramakrishna was lying down. He was not sleeping. He used to go into trance and he used to lie like that for a long period of time. In the different type of realm he used to be. This man, he never practiced spirituality, all external thing, all show up, just priest as a profession. So he went and kicked him not once, many a times. The Sri Ramakrishna is mentioning. The priest of Kali temple, he often came to Mathur Babu's house. One day, I was lying on the ground in an ecstatic mood. The room was dark. Chandrahalda thought I was feigning that state in order to win Mathur's favor. Then I am lying down like that, and Mathur Babu will think, oh, look at that man, he is. It is always, sometimes they try to impress the other people, rich people, they do like this. And that should not be. He entered the room and kicked me several times with his boot. It left black mark on my body. Everybody wanted to tell Mathur Babu about it, but I forbade them. Because Mathur Babu, he used to love and respect Sri Ramakrishna and used to call him as Baba, father. So naturally, and Mathur Babu is a very rich man, and in those days, they had that chances to even go and kill that person, cut his head, and no rules and regulations. A rich man, he has done it. So like that only, but Sri Ramakrishna knew that Mathur Babu will kill him, punish him. So he never mentioned it. Now the doctor is mentioning this is also due to the will of God. Thus, you have taught people how to control anger and practice forgiveness. Friends, we always talk about religion. We talk about God realization. Now, the more I am growing and more I am understanding, the God realization means, as Swami Vivekananda said, it is a changing. The religion is a process that makes a brute unto man, man unto God. God means just lover, and He loves each and every one. So these things, it never comes. I will quote from the Ramayana. The very first the sloka of the Ramayana, Valmiki Ramayana, there are many Ramayanas are there. And one of the famous Ramayana in the northern part of India, the Goswami Tulsidas Ji's Ramcharit Manasa. Many people think that is the Ramayana. That is a part of that. In that northern part, they read that Ramayana. That is not the original. The Valmiki himself wrote that at the behest of the Brahma. And Narada, he instructed him at a character of Sri Rama. Narada asked him to write the biography of Rama and also Krishna, the same Valmiki. I mean, same person, Narada. He told to two great personalities. Now, Valmiki. The Valmiki, he was sitting near the bank of a river, and he was thinking, what shall I do now? Now, the Brahmaji asked him to write, but I do not know anything about Rama. Who is this Rama? And what type of personality he will be? So when he was thinking, Narada came. And Narada had the special quality to go around everywhere. They used to say that, and sometimes he'll go to the heaven, sometimes to the hell, sometimes on this earth, and every place. He knew everyone, he used to keep all into, and he was the first reporter of the world. He used to report from here to there to here, and all that. And in Bengal, sometimes there will be another, in a joking way, there is a great respect for Narada, and he's a very pure-hearted the Brahmin, and they say, if you tell Narada 3 times, then 2 persons will start fighting. Narada had the habit of telling one word from here to there and there to here. So naturally, Narada. So any 2 persons are fighting the people, and around they will say Narada. That means, well, let us see the fight. So like that they say, this Narada came, and Rishi asked him, Kosmin Sampratam Loke. Sampratam Loka, in the contemporary world. Contemporary means Narada and this Rishi at that time. Rishi Valmiki, at this our time, O Narada, is there any person, he is not asking God, is there any person, Gunaban Kascha Birijaban. The cha means and, Gunaban and Birijaban. The full of good qualities and also very powerful. Virya means he had the excellent mental condition to take the whatever he will say, he will do. Whatever the decision, he will keep. So like that, the Birijaban. Mental power, Birya. So Gunaban and Birijaban. Is there any? Then he is asking, Dharmagyascha, Kritagnyascha, Satyavako, Didha Brata, Atmavan, Jita Krodha, Dutiman, Anashuyakaha. These are the 8 qualities. First he asked 2, Gunavan, Birjavan. Adding that, it will be 10. And last he said, when he is angry, even the gods are afraid to face him. That means the great personality. So that he is asking, the Gunavan, Birjavan, Dharmagascha. Who knows the Dharma? Dharmagascha. If you look at that, compare the life in the life of Sri Ramakrishna, he was having a very clear idea about Dharma. Once, if even still now that is there, that the Rani Rashmani used to worship a Krishna statue, and that fell because naturally there's a stone statue someone was carrying, by accidentally it fell, and there was a crack, and it says that if the statue is having this type of thing, it's a crack or some defect, we should not worship it. But Rani used to love it so much, and Rani told, how can I change it? Another statue. It is not a statue, it is my God. So obviously I cannot just throw it away. In that condition, they were asking opinion of different scholars, and all they were telling, no, you have to change it, you have to throw it, you throw it in the Ganga and all that. Then ultimately Ranima, she came to Sri Ramakrishna. And the moment Sri Ramakrishna, and he was a very young man that time, and the moment he asked Sri Ramakrishna, that now that it has happened to my God, what shall I do? Shall I change it? Sri Ramakrishna's reply was, suppose your son-in-law break his hand. Will you change your son-in-law? See, this is called Dharmagya. Dharmagya, immediately he will understand, because I and my God are not different. What I want. Sometimes some people they say somebody has died in our house, can we offer food to God? I also tell them, are you fasting? 13 days fasting because somebody has passed away? And if you are not fasting, how can you think that you won't offer food to God? Of course you should. As you are doing the same thing, you should also do to God. So Dharmagya, he knows very simple way, but what God means. So that is called Dharmagya. And ultimately Sri Ramakrishna repaired that. And still there it is in Dakshineshwar. If you go to the temple, Kali Mandir and then Vishnu Mandir and the Radha Krishna, it is there, still it is there. That is called the Dharmagya. When he is asking that some ladies came to Sri Ramakrishna, and as because that was the tradition, if you are going to meet a holy person, you should go fasting after bathing, changing with new clothes or the wash clothes like that. And these people came walking all the way, and they sat, and the cool breeze, they were dozing off. Then Sri Ramakrishna asked them, have you taken food while coming? They said, no, we are fasting. How can we eat and come to meet a holy person? Sri Ramakrishna said, you must eat and then come over here. And then he said, you must listen to my words. Just coming and visiting and going away, the same old, the fool, you should not. When you are coming to Sri Ramakrishna, you must learn. And when you are returning, you are a changed person. A man, a brute become man, man become a divine God. So religion means a changing should come. And that is called Dharmagya. Kritagyascha, never forget others' help. Sri Ramakrishna in his life never ever forgot. He never hesitated to, because he himself was a master. So obviously no one would have doubted, but he will never say This is my words. He will say, so and so in the village, he said that. It was not necessary. Nobody knew him. But he will never ever say that. And any help anyone done to him, he will never forget it. And that is the reason they call it dhanam. Dana means you are giving your thing to God, and God will never forget it. You have given to God and helping God, and God will forget you for all these things? Never. He will always remember it. Do you remember that story that when that Durvasha Rishi, he went, it was a planning of the Duryodhan. The Duryodhan sent that Rishi was short-tempered, so he sent, my brother is there in the forest, you are going to forest? Go and become their guest. Brothers, actually, he sent them in the jungle, Pandavas, and the Pandavas were not having any food. Duryodhan knew it very well, but still he planned to ask them to go there. And these rishis, they were not knowing they're all rich people, they're kings. We will go and eat from there. So they went and told Draupadi, well, we are going to bed. We have walked along, and then we are coming back to take food here. Draupadi was, oh my God, how, because whatever little was there, they have already distributed and completed the food. Then she started meditating on Krishna, praying to Krishna. Krishna appeared and Krishna said, is there any food left? She said, no. Then look at that. Have you washed it? No, I didn't. Bring it. Then he found a little, only one or two maybe. The grains of rice was there, still inside that container. Krishna took that and then said, let the whole world be satisfied. And miraculously, this Rishi Durvasha and 1,000 disciples, can you imagine? They were there to eat from there, and if the food is not there, immediately they will curse them, because he was like that only. Now nothing could be, because you have given to God, God will never forget it. So that is the reason they say dhanam. And in the Bhagavad Gita also Krishna said, yajna dana tapak karma. Dana karma you should not forget. You are giving to God. Don't think I am giving to a poor. I am giving to God. And when you are thinking that I am giving to God and God is accepting it, know it for sure God will never forget. Dharmajnascha kritajnascha satyavako. He was the truthfulness. Ramakrishna, the embodiment of truthfulness. He could never ever say any untruth. His father was also the same. He has never ever said any untruth. The Satyavako. Friends, we love Sri Ramachandra. We worship Ramachandra. Do you ever think, who is this Ramachandra? And nowadays some people constantly they are printing some poster, muscular body. The Rama used to go to gym all the time, so many must. It is nothing like that. He was of course a strong person, but he was having the qualities. We worship Rama not because of his muscles, but because of his qualities. And do you know what are those qualities? If you don't practice that, worshipping Rama will be of no use. Because you have to transform yourself. Dharmajna, he knew very clearly what is religion. Religion is that which you want from others. Expect the others should do to you the same thing if you are doing to others is called dharma. Kritagya, never forget anything. If anyone has given you a glass of water, we should not forget. How can we forget those people who are mending our shoes and protecting our feet? And we tell them the lower caste and we hate them. They go and collect the skins from the dead animals, clean it, make it usable, and make the shoe. We go and throw some coins and purchase the shoe and hate them. Rather, we should be grateful to them. Because of that, we are getting our feet protected. Is it not? So that is called Kritagnyata. The people who are working so hard in the field without caring for rain or the heat or anything, and producing the fruits, producing all this, and we are forgetting them, the cultivators, and hating them, oh poor people. Not like that. And I am a great worshipper of Rama. Oh, I cannot think of it. The Satyavaka Dhirabrataha is very firm in his decision. The decision is, I am not going to hurt anyone. That is the decision. Atmaban is the conqueror of the senses. All the five senses, Chakshu, Karna, Nashika, Jiva, Tak, all these five senses he has under his control. That is called Atmaban. Jita Krodha, his anger, he can control the anger. Dutiman, lustrous, glowing. This Sri Ramakrishna, his body was like the gold, made of gold. That's why when Ma Sharadamani Devi, she told that he was having a gold, what's called arm, in the villages, the people, they will be writing the name of some god with a great faith and then put it in the amulet, and then amulet will be tied in the child's hand, so God will protect the baby, child, etc. When he was young and he used to do the tapasya, his body became golden. People used to look at him in wonder, just so much. Sri Ramakrishna went to Ma Kali and prayed, Mother, people are looking at this body and they will never listen to me. They don't, are not understanding what true religion is. Please take it inside. All the beauty, give it inside, not outside. So slowly, slowly his body became just ordinary. Those who come attracted by the beauty, they don't love that God, they love that physical beauty. So they cannot reach to God. And that is the reason Sri Ramakrishna himself prayed to hide that. Swami Vivekananda also the same. So that is called Dutivan and Anasuyaka, and never find fault in anything, in anyone. Some of the so-called great spiritual leaders, they will start their day criticizing others. You are practicing religion, you practice. Why unnecessarily criticizing others? And they claim that they are great spiritual leaders. No, no, no. And how to understand who is a spiritual person? He will never criticize others. Why? Because that is his standard. From there they are going up. Swami Vivekananda said, we never travel from untruth to the truth, from lower truth to the higher truth. From lower truth to higher truth. Wonderful. And that is called positive understanding, positive looking. The Sri Ramakrishna was like that. Then they mention in that, you have taught people how to control anger and devotion. In the meantime, Bijoy had come, engaged in conversation with other devotees. Bijoy Krishna Goswami, many of you know. So we will read this portion again in our next class. Thank you.
The first question is from YouTube user KAI. He's saying, in your earlier class, you had said that one must think about the meaning while chanting the hymns. But the Bija mantras apparently do not have obvious meanings. What should we do while uttering them?
No, Bij mantra has the meaning. The Bij mantra, you must go to your guru and ask that is the mantra is having the meaning. Without the meaning, there cannot be the mantra. Of course it is there. So please ask your guru, he will know it.
Devjanidhar is asking, is it necessary to take a bath in the holy water in Kumbh for everybody during a lifetime? Please explain, how does it purify one's individual?
See, that is the faith. But whether you believe it or not, at least once in a lifetime you should go to see the greatest what's called
Spectacle.
the function in the earth. You cannot imagine millions and millions of people of different faith, they're all coming and going together to one place, and that is Ganga. And the Vaishnavas, the Shaktas, the Ganapatyas, the Advaita Vedantin, the Vedantin, so many varieties of monks, so many different philosophy, all going to in one place. They will never bring their own gods. Everyone is having different gods. Some are Ganapatya, they worship Ganapati. Some are the Durga Ma, some Kali Ma, some Krishna, some Rama. They only go following one flag. One, that the senior Swami, he will unfold that flag and they will follow that flag. Flag is nothing but the ideology. And what is that ideology? The renunciation and service, Tyaga and Sheba. And when they go, millions are going. Then comes the faith, whether after taking a deep you will be. Of course, Ganga water is very pure. So Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, Ma said, Shankaracharya, all the, of course I cannot say, no, it is not. But only bathing won't do. You have to have that understanding and faith and practices so that all this, as I was reading today, all these good qualities come within us and we transform ourselves. So I would suggest go once and have an experience over there. Thank you.
There's a user SM. He's saying, Thakur said first oil your hands and then cut the jackfruit. How can we realize God first as students and then as householders, then do our duty and mix in the world?
So actually, it is not after the realization. If one can, one is realizing God, he will never go to the householder's life or the samsara. But what happened, this is like understanding it clearly. The samsara, we expect so many things in the drama, in the movie, in the different type of stories. And of course, the nature, when our teenage comes, with everything is changing, and we think, oh, it will be like this, it will be like that. We expect many things, and then we get hurt when this is not satisfied. We become angry. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, no, it will be like this only. There will be bad people, there will be good people, there will be your enemies, there will be your friends, there will be criticism, there will be appreciation. Life is like this. Those who are helping, suppose they are helping some people, and they will betray someday, it may happen. So, knowing this, if you go and live in the world, you won't suffer. That is the main idea. Applying the oil in the hand and breaking the jackfruit means you know already that this may happen. Today's very close friend, maybe tomorrow's my stark enemy. Today, the person who is appreciating me, tomorrow he may not. It may happen. But what should be my duty? I should continue as per the religion, as per the injunction of the Shastra, as per my duties and responsibilities. I will perform without expecting anything. So your life will be completely fulfilled without any anxiety. You will get the joy. That is the idea. Thank you.
SPM Mukherjee is asking, if we are experiencing Brahman during desireless, dreamless sleep, then why does the consciousness come back to the body when we wake up? Shouldn't the consciousness stay mixed with Brahman?
Then, if the consciousness stay with Brahman, then we are dead. In the yoga, when you are practicing consciously the same thing, first forgetting the body as we forget in the sleep, and then stilling your mind as we still in the sleep, and go to the third stage, susupti, without any dream and the consciousness. Here we go knowingly in meditation, and we go to the actual original joy, happiness, because we are aware. And what is that? Consciousness only. It is aware. And then what happens after that meditation, after that realization, when we get associated with the body, body and mind is there, world is there, but I completely changed, look at those things separately, different way. So, friends, what happened? When before the sannyasa, my locality, my neighbors, my school friends, college friends, my family, my this, Keith and kin. But after the long sannyas life, if you go and even meet those places, you won't feel like that. Like other people, yes, it was there. So when you are, same people are there, same environment is there, all your family members are there. They may be looking at you in those that way, but you, when you look at them, you don't feel like that as any other people. So that change has come. And maybe when I'm telling it, it may be scary. Oh, how can I forget my own family? Time has not come. But when after the sannyasa you go, you love them, but you are not attached to them. That difference has come. That is the thank you. Okay, friends, the thank you, and let us chant this mantra and say Shanti. Niranjanam nityam anantarupam bhaktanukampa धृतविग्रहं वै ईशावतारं परमेशमीड्यं तं रामकृष्णं शिरसा नमामः. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.